If you're exploring neighborhoods in Boulder, Colorado, and you're looking for a place that's peaceful, private, and has that nice dose of elegance, well, you're gonna wanna stick around. Today, we're diving into one of North Boulder's favorite little neighborhoods, the Wolf Subdivision. And this neighborhood, whether you're relocating here or you're trying to move from within town, I'm gonna cover all the details with you. I'm Michael with Lovato Properties. Let's get started. So the Wolf Subdivision is a somewhat exclusive pocket neighborhood in North Boulder. If you look at boundaries, you can pretty much say 19th Street all the way over to Broadway, south of Iris, and then north of about Alpine or North Street. This area is also bordered by the community gardens. We'll touch on that in a minute. But what makes it really special here is you're tucked away and private, but you're still super close to what makes Boulder so livable. Your trails, parks, of course, these top-rated schools. We're going to get into some of the details, but it's pretty neat. The homes here, they vary greatly, from beautiful custom-built homes to the original 1950s style ranch that's real small and quaint. So the homes in Wolf's aren't the oldest in all of Boulder, but they definitely have their history in terms of its vision and development. So we started seeing homes be built here in the late 20th century. And at that time, there was a beginning movement to kind of preserve the nature and that element of Boulder that makes it special way back then. So when you come here, you're gonna realize that there is this charm that they've preserved. And it's kind of become still moderately as it was. It's not overdeveloped, it's not overcrowded, and it isn't on everybody's top of the list. So when you know it, you love it, but you really have to get in to see why it's so special. So let's talk a little bit about why Boulder residents love Wolf Subdivision. Well, there's a lot to cover here, but I'll first say that these streets are super quiet. If you're looking for that peaceful walk to the park or walk to schools or walk to Ideal Market, you've got it. It's super quiet in here, just a low traffic zone. Also, easy access to nature. So from here, you're gonna walk 6 blocks down from where I'm standing and you're at North Boulder Park, and then a couple blocks more on Mount Sanitas. So that's amazing as well. And then just over here on the border of Wolf Subdivision, you have access to the Goose Creek path. That Goose Creek multi-use path is paved and it meanders down and connects to a ton of Boulder's bike paths. So that's one element. Another is the community gardens that's just up here. Community gardens is just adjacent to North Boulder Rec Center. So that's two amenities here in Boulder that you want to get familiar with. The gardens, a great place to go and see and be a part of that growing culture. Actual vegetables, fruits, and plants, flowers, the works. It's awesome. And then it's right next to North Boulder Rec Center, tennis, pickleball, volleyball, all the balls. You've got basketball, swimming pool, gymnastics, all right there. What a hub. And then if I do go on and on, I'll say there are some other little charming elements. The homes here, one of my first homes here, Amanda and I rented on Chestnut Street, a tiny cul-de-sac, 1,000 square foot brick ranch. We were in heaven. The accessibility from that home was perfect. Sure, we were next to some gorgeous custom built pop tops, but we loved our little spot there for a long time. So that's something that really ties together all the charm of Wolf Subdivision. So some other notable things about Wolf Subdivision is, well, first off, you're on the Boulder Boulder route. So it wraps down 19th and it turns on Balsam and then it pops up here. So you're actually on the route. A lot of people will come here, try and stay with friends and watch this amazing 40, 50,000 person 10K run through Boulder. So you're on that route, super cool. The other aspect that I really love is it's really achievable to get to Pearl Street on foot. Even if you've got small children or you don't like walking much, you're only a mile away. It feels like you're a world away, but it's an easy walk, or pedal on your cruiser bike, or take your kid on a tricycle. So I do reference that as a family nature is a very good element of this subdivision that really appeals. So that accessibility, Pearl Street, and the super close convenience we talked about earlier. And when we say convenience, Wolf's has it just in spades. If you walk to the community shops or the Ideal Market Plaza, you're gonna find in there pretty much everything you need. There's a wine shop at the community markets, there's Moe's, there's also Bellezza Coffee, you've got a very delicious KT barbecue, Audrey Jane's Pizza. Those are just some highlights. Sweet Cow is just there, and really, the vet that I go to is right there as well, veterinarian. We're talking Rise Vets. So all that is just in community shops. and then over across the way, you are missing out if you haven't been to Santo, which is a beautiful New Mexican cuisine. Wonderful. Pop in there, love it. It's just a couple steps away, so you can walk back after you've had a margarita. And then you've also got the small Whole Foods at Ideal, as well as a brand new Live Well pharmacy. So much right there, and even a lazy person who doesn't like to walk can get there in a matter of minutes. So here I am at Sahlberg Park, which is just on the edge of Wolf Subdivision. And I sit here and I think about all the access you have. Of course, this park, which is wonderful, great spot to get on the playground or play some basketball, but it's just a beautiful little community spot. And then just off here, a couple of little secrets. If you take Floral right off of Wolf's, it just drops you right into that Goose Creek path that I mentioned. That path is really just an opening to an artery of spots. You can get over to Rayback as well, just on your bike from right here. So super easy. But also if you look at Columbine Elementary School, a bilingual school here in town, that's right there. You just walk across 19th Street and you're there. And then also on the other side, once you're in the middle school zone, you have Casey Middle School right on the hill of Boulder Boulder, but easy to get to, walkable for sure. That's just scratching the surface, because if you want to go to other schools, I think bike ride, easy access. And so what about the runners or the cyclists that are out there? Well, guess what? It's a great spot. You can jump on 19th, and 19th has a bike lane, takes you straight out, up the little hill, and connects you with all of the great cycling, gravel, road, you name it. So that's just a great element here. No traffic to contend with, a really quiet street there on 19th. And then the running, it's actually awesome. I've already mentioned the multi-use paths, but what about this way? If you head straight across, I said it, North Boulder Park and then Mount Sanitas. So you're on trails in really 1 mile. That's pretty awesome from your little urban environment here. Another great thing is you can jump on 13th and go straight down running to the Boulder Creek path, which takes you everywhere. Or on a Wednesday or Saturday, you can walk down there and hit the farmer's market. So yes, that's all accessible from here in Wolf's. But you know what? Neighborhoods are all about houses, and here in Wolf's, pretty special. So the homes here really give you a little bit of everything, from that original brick ranch that still exists at about 1,000 square feet and a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, to the beautiful mid-century modern homes that have just really been touched up and have that classic elegance. And then awesome custom builds that are pop tops, 2 stories, gorgeous, modern, really flashy. Wolf Subdivision has so much to offer, and I think that it still remains rooted and tons of character offering out to the residents. The vibes that you get here, people wave, they love living here. If you're interested in learning more about Wolf's or any of the neighborhoods here in Boulder, please reach out. I'm Michael with Lovato Properties, and I'd love to help you out.